So as promised, I told you guys I was going to do a video about the difference between complimenting, flirting, and actually letting a woman know what you're trying to do.
I'm Keith, winner of the Bad Boy Membership Contest. I recently joined the Bad Boy Membership, but I wish I'd done it a long time ago because the content is the real deal. It helps you become more secure, confident, and masculine, which will help you in all aspects of your life, but especially with women. So thank you for the prizes that I won, but the real thanks is for the powerful content. Get on the Bad Boy Membership now. You won't regret it.
Over here at the Bad Boy Membership, we love women, their beauty, essence, and the way they provide infinite opportunities to learn more about the man you truly are. With over 30 years of experience, we've uncovered the best practices in effectively relating to women. If you would like to discover the best version of yourself and relate to women in the most effective way, join the Bad Boy Membership today. What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to Lucario. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to everybody that's on that Bad Boy Membership. Really appreciate you. Respect to the Real Game No Theory panel. Remember to check us out on Sundays, 12 noon. K Zaggin, Mr. 1950, Coach EO, Steve the Dean, Mr. Lucario, and myself. All right. So appreciate y'all for supporting that. And go check out the Real Game Network as well. We got videos over there. Go check that out. Yeah, man. And in a little bit of time, we're going to start doing the show on that channel. All right. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe so y'all can get in on the ground floor. You feel me? So anyway, so as promised, I told you guys I was going to do a video about the difference between complimenting, flirting, and actually letting a woman know what you're trying to do. Right. Because I did a live stream the other day, and the calls ended up being real heavy, and I spit a bunch of game in the calls. So I got to do this video now to talk about the topic. I didn't get to talk about the topic at all. So here it is, right? So, and the reason why I wanted to do this is because a lot of guys, they're out in the street approaching women, or they see somebody, or they meet somebody at a party or something like that, and you give a girl a compliment. You tell her how sexy she is, or you tell her how good she look, or how cute she is, and she'll giggle and maybe give you a little bit of positive attention for the fact that you're showing her attention and giving her, validating her beauty and whatever. And there are guys out there that consider this flirting, right? So they'll exchange information and invite her out for something, and then they'll try to do something a little bit more. They'll try to escalate the situation, and then it doesn't work out how they want it to. And it's like, yeah, but I thought we had already flirted. I thought we had already set the rule, or I thought we had already established that I was interested in you sexually. And the truth is that just complimenting a woman is not necessarily flirting. You understand? Complimenting a woman is not letting her know your intentions. Letting her know that she's attractive to you doesn't necessarily mean that you are letting her know that you want to be intimate or sexual or romantic with her. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be a little bit more deliberate in what you're trying to do. And sometimes even flirting, because I looked up the definition of flirting the other day, and it was saying that it's a way to, matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up again. They were saying that it's a way to behave that it's not for anything serious, right? All right, so it says flirting, to behave as though affected or trying to attract someone, but for amusement rather than with serious intentions. All right. So they're different to everything. We know that there are levels to everything. Right? So you're looking to attract someone, but what are you looking to attract them for? Right? So look, you have complimenting, which is letting them know that you find them attractive. Right? So you could compliment anybody. You could tell anybody that they clothes look good on them. You could tell anybody that their haircut look good, or they have a good looking face. You understand? Me as a photographer, I can look at anybody, man, woman, child, and say that, they have a symmetrical or attractive face, or, or they look good, or they look photogenic, right? You can say someone is photogenic, right? And that's just a general compliment, letting them know that there's something attractive about their physical attributes, right? And then there's flirting. Now, flirting is a little bit different because you're letting them know that they're attractive, but you're also trying to attract them to you, right? So it also says you're trying to attract them, but for amusement rather than serious intentions. So you're trying to attract them, and it's not necessarily for anything serious. Now that can be interpreted in different ways, where it's like, well, you're attracting them because you want to have casual sex, or you're attracting them because you want to make out with them, or you're attracting them because you just want to be friends with them, or you want to get them in your good graces so you can maybe use the relationship to some type of advantage. Maybe you want to get into a party, like how a girl will go up to the bouncer at the club, and she'll flirt with him and act like she thinks he's cute and all this and all of that. And every time she see him, she'll flirt with him and say something, maybe a little bit sexual, or maybe a little bit something suggestive, just to get him on her side. So when she shows up to the club, he'll let her in for free. You see what I'm saying? That's flirting, right? So it's like you're trying to attract someone for some type of benefit. It may not necessarily be serious, meaning that it may not necessarily be sexual, or it may not necessarily be intimate, or you may not be looking for them to become your partner, or a wife or a husband or whatever, but you're trying to attract them so they can be some type of benefit to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's flirting. Now, the third part is clearly stating your intentions. Clearly stating your intentions. Now, this might, a lot of you might talk about, mode 1, shout out to Alan Roger Curry, or we talk about being direct as opposed to being indirect, right? Where this is where you let a woman know that you want to be sexual with her. You want to hook up with her. You want to get her naked. You want to do something like me when I'll flirt, but I'll mix it in with letting her know my intentions, right? So for example, if I'm on a date with a girl, and like I was on a date the other day, and I love natural hair. I say this all the time, so you guys probably know that about me, but I love natural hair. And me and this girl, we're on a date, first date, and we're talking, and she keeps like taking her dreads and like moving them behind her ear and flicking it and stuff, So I moved into her, and I said, I said, "You like me, don't you?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, they say that when women, flick their hair, whether it's conscious or subconscious, it means that they like whoever it is they're talking to." Right? And she was like, "Oh, I don't know about that. Maybe this, maybe that, maybe that, maybe this, whatever." Okay, so that's me flirting, right? That's me flirting and being suggestive, but it's still in the realm of flirting. It's not me actually stating my intentions yet. So as the conversation went on, she kept flicking her hair, right? So I leaned into her and I said, "Listen, I need you to understand that your hair," I said, "I need you to understand that natural hair is a big turn on for me. And every time you flick your hair like that, it just makes me want you so fucking bad. Like, I want to take you right here in front of everybody." And she started to blush, and she was messing with her hair even more when I said that. You understand what I'm saying? So that was me directly letting her know my intentions, as opposed to just telling her, your hair looks really pretty, or just like this, the first thing I said, which was, "Oh, you must like me because you're flicking your hair." And they say that when people flick their hair, they usually like the person that they're talking to, right? So there's the possibility of a compliment, which is just hey, your hair looks nice, or I like how your hair looks. Then there's flirting. Oh, you're flicking your hair, so you must like me, right? Because studies show that if somebody's in a conversation with somebody and they flick their hair, it's because they like them, but on a subconscious level. And then the third thing was me letting my intentions actually be known. Is that I want to be involved with her intimately or sexually or romantically, at least, because I'm like, yo, every time you flick your hair, it makes me want you really fucking bad. I said that to her. I was like, and I was looking her dead in her eye. I was like, every time you flick your hair like that, it makes me want you really fucking bad, because natural hair turns me on. I just want to take off all your clothes right here in front of everybody and just take you down. You understand? I said those are basically the words I said to her. You understand? So, and a lot of guys are afraid to say that, right? But see, here's the thing. I was able to build on that throughout the course of the date, right? So it wasn't just, it wasn't an approach situation, but I've been in situations where on approach, I've done the same type of thing where I build up to the situation where I start out by saying, giving a general compliment, and then it escalates into flirting, and then it escalates into, letting her know my direct intention.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
Right, so it can go like, like sometimes I'll look at a woman's shoes and I'll say, oh, your shoes look nice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, and then I'll say something like, yo, those shoes are sexy. And then I'll say something like, those shoes look so good on you, I'll let you keep them on. And she was like, let me keep them on for what? I say, you know what I'm talking about. I say, and then I say something like, how would your shoes look right here? You understand what I'm saying? And they usually get the point, and they start laughing. And I'm giving away a little bit of game on this one, right? So you guys can use that if you want to. But again, you got to do it right. You got to, your voice got to be right. You got to set it up. You got to build on it, right? You got to compliment certain, learn how to look at the details of a woman, right? A woman has a lot of beautiful detail to her. You understand? A woman has a lot of great detail, and instead of being nervous or worried about it, a lot of times when you notice certain things about a woman, she appreciates it and she opens up to you, and it's easier for you to flirt. And then after the stage of flirting, you can actually let your intentions be known, right? So you can start off with a compliment, then flirting, and then letting your intentions be known, right? But there's a lot of different details, like the women do their eyebrows, women got their hair, women got their skin, their lips, whatever, sometimes they have jewelry and accessories, right? Whatever dress they choose to wear. Sometimes different women have different things that they do, like different gestures, like how the girl I was telling you I was on a date with, she loves to, flick her hair and move her hair behind her ear, right? You have some women that love to play with their hair a little bit. You have some women, they smile a certain way. Some women have, maybe one of they tooth on the side is a little crooked, and you could say to her, I know this ain't usual, but that little you got that little crooked tooth right there. That's so cute. And sometimes girls they'll appreciate the fact that you took the time to notice something that's detailed. Their nails. They love when you compliment their nails, right? Sometimes a girl will have like maybe a beauty mark on her face, or maybe a tattoo, like a small tattoo on their neck, or maybe they have a piercing, maybe they have just different things. Maybe they have a short haircut and they using hair color. Some girls love to do that, right? Where they have a short cut and they color their hair, or they have highlights, or it's so many different things that women do, when it comes to their physical beauty, that you can pay attention to and use to your advantage, right? Especially, like I said, if you're the type of guy that notices different details, right? And like I said, once you could do it in stages. You can compliment, then you can flirt, and then you can use that. It's what I consider an opening, right? So if you compliment her, so she feels validated about that detail, say her eyebrows, right? And then you flirt with her, and then you tell her, like maybe you'll say something like, I'm trying to figure out different ways to make you raise your eyebrow, or something like that, right? And then if the conversation goes well with that, then you could say something like, honestly, I just want to, that O face, do you know what an O face is? And she'll be like, an O face? Well, and then you could say to her, when you're about to have sex with somebody, and they first put it in, and you get that O face, like, oh, right? I can tell you look like the type of girl that your eyebrows pop up. Your pretty eyebrows be popping up when you get that O face, right? You could do something like that, and that takes it further than a little bit further than flirting. Now you're letting her know that your mind is on sex, and you're doing it in a more creative way than just saying, oh, I want to fuck you, or I want to have sex with you. You understand what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to discuss the difference, and also, I gave a few different pointers on things you can say, right, to a woman to let her know your true intentions, and and it's different ways to be creative with it, and to say what you're trying to say without being crude, or without being so straightforward that it's not interesting. Because sometimes you can be so straightforward that it's actually boring, right? It's not really that she a lot of guys are worried about disrespecting a woman, or they're worried about a woman being uncomfortable, and it's not necessarily that she's uncomfortable, but it's just so easy to say, I want to have sex. It's a little bit more interesting to, like I said, talk about the O face, or to talk about if her shoes was up here, or to say, hey, I'll let you keep your shoes on. You understand what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like being a little bit more creative with how you choose to express yourself is very important. But like I said, complimenting a girl almost has nothing to do with sex. So you have to be careful, because we had a caller the other day. He approached the girl. I think they was at a coffee shop or a McDonald's or something, and he said he was telling her how cute she was, and then they exchanged information, and then he invited her over to the crib. And then even when he invited her over to the crib, he still didn't escalate or say anything flirtatious or sexual to her. And then when they came over to the crib, all they did was, like, I think they cooked some food, and then they watched movies. And then he tried to make a move, and then she was resistant. She didn't want to do nothing with him sexual. And I'm like, see, you got to understand that you have to let her know what you're trying to do with her. You can't just invite her to your crib and think that just because you told her that she was cute, that automatically means she want to have sex with you now. You understand? You have to look at what you actually said to her. So there's an obvious difference between complimenting, flirting, and letting a woman know what you're really trying to do. So I think if the caller had complimented, flirted, and let her know what he was trying to do, and she still wanted to come to the crib, then he would have been in a better position. You understand? Now, here's what happens with a lot of guys. A lot of guys is thinking, well, I complimented her and I got her smiling, so I'm going to just leave it right there because at least she's smiling. So if I get her over to the crib, then hopefully I could build on that smile. I don't like that, you know, I don't think that strategy is safe, right? Because what happens is you keep it for, it's kind of like you keep it G-rated, and you say, oh, you cute, and you know, I think you're really cute, and I want to spend some time with you, and that's it. So you keep it G-rated. She's still thinking G-rated, but then you bring it to the crib, and then you try to turn it into an R rating, and then there's a miscommunication, and that's how miscommunication, that's how misunderstandings happen, right? Because you just telling her she's cute, but you telling her she's cute, you thinking sex, and she's just thinking, oh, maybe this guy just wants to give me attention. And a woman will always take your attention. So now you got her at the crib, and you trying to force the issue when you didn't say nothing sexual in the first place. Now, when you got game, you're willing to tell a woman something sexual and let her know your intentions up front, and then she can decide for herself if she wants to come spend time with you. Because now that she knows the truth, that not only do you think she's cute, but you flirted with her and you let her know your true intentions. Now, when you say, hey, let's exchange numbers, and you come over to my crib, now she at least has a better understanding of the possibilities of what could happen if she come over to your crib. Now, a lot of guys are afraid that once she understands the possibilities that she might say no. I say it's better for her to say no than to come to your house and have a misunderstanding, because we all know what misunderstandings concerning sex can lead to, right? And I don't want to get into all that, right? But I'd rather a woman know exactly what my intentions are, and then I say, hey, you should come over to the crib. So if she agrees to come over to the crib, at least she has an idea of what I'm trying to do. So when I make my move, it actually makes sense. We put it together. Now, there's a chance that she might say, nah, I'm not coming to your crib. Hey, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. I just got to work on my numbers and talk to the next chick and keep it moving. You understand? So that's what it's all about, guys. There's a difference between there's a difference between compliments, flirting, and letting a woman know exactly what you're trying to do. All right. So it's your boy, Miles Cunningham. Thank you guys for, checking this video. Thank you guys for bearing with me when I didn't do this topic, when I did the live stream. But like I said, the calls was heavy, and make sure you check out that video. It's called Heavy Game Call-In Show. Is the one I did just this past week, and on Lucario, it's on Lucario's channel too. It's called The Difference Between Flirting and Complimenting. All right, so go check that out. And what else? Also, remember, I got the masculine identity membership. Masculine identity membership coming soon. I'm putting everything down. I'm taking my time because I want it to be good. You understand? I want it to be good for you guys. All right. So appreciate all the support. Thanks for rocking with me. I hope you're having a great day, and always remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.
Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.